Hi, I'm Lea Louise from Inspired Quilting by Lea Louise. Welcome to my sewing room. If you love making denim quilts like I do, then you appreciate how wonderful they are to make with a flannel backing. What I want to show you today is how to use your flannel shirts in order to create that backing. Since we're upcycling the jeans into a denim quilt, let's do the same for the back. Flannel shirts are easy to find. You can get them at the thrift store. You can even find them in a closet at home. So pull your flannel shirts together. I'm going to show you how to cut them up in order to make a quilt. Here's a flannel shirt I'm going to cut up and show you. It's a great shirt. It's in wonderful shape. It's a large size, which is beneficial, but it's got some good color. It's got some navy. It's got a bit of the red plaid in there, some dark grays, blacks, whites. So there's a lot of color to add a lot of interest. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is cut along the front, I don't know, the placket or the button band. And I cut one side already. I do button it up as I go to kind of hold everything together so I don't have a lot of loose pieces swinging around while I'm cutting. One thing that's really important is that you have a good pair of scissors. This isn't the time to use those scissors that are sitting in the junk drawer that you use paper and cardboard and things like that. You want to get a good sharp pair that will, there we go, that will hold up to a lot of cutting. If you're going to do a lot of quilting in general, but particularly flannel quilting, it's a heavier fabric, and you want to get some good scissors to cut. So what I did is I came up the front, I start cutting around the collar. Let's go ahead and just do the whole collar here, because I did start on the other side. This back yoke is a good piece. We'll hang on to that, but right now we're going to pull the collar off. You don't have to be as frugal when you cut as I am. It's just the way that I like to cut my fabric. I want to show you the way to get as much as possible, and then you can choose what works for you. I am going to cut these sleeves out. So you notice I just did a little clip there underneath the arm to give myself an opening. And then I'm going to cut right here and go around. And I'm going around the sleeve where it's attached to the shirt. And it's a circle, obviously, so we're going to cut around until we come to the other side. So this is one way you can do it. And it depends on what kind of results you want. What you're going to do with your fabric is how you're going to cut it. Now, on the other side, let me show you. You can also come in this way across the shoulder seam, and then you cut into the sleeve and go around this way. So, you know, there are always options. It's whatever works for you, whatever part of the fabric. Maybe you want to keep the shoulder seams intact for some reason, to use that somewhere else. So just find what works best. And then once I get through here, I want to show you what a big piece of fabric we get. There's a lot. And as I said, the larger the shirt, the more fabric you're going to get. So if you have the option, if you're, say, at a thrift store or a secondhand store, and there are a lot of shirts at some good prices, go ahead and grab the ones that have the largest size tag. So the difference in cutting them will be this. You'll either have the sleeve cut out, the sleeve seam cut out, and the shoulder open, or this will be closed up. So it just depends on what you want to do. I am going to cut this yoke piece off, and it's a good piece of fabric because it's lined, so you get two the same size, and there's a lot you can do with it. Now what I'm going to do is cut below the seam along the back. That way you'll notice how it's fuller down here. There's little pleats. That's because the back fabric is cut larger than the yoke, and you will get more fabric there. It's going to be cut larger than this piece. So it's really not helpful to keep those together because you're not going to use them that way. So here we are, and we've got a shirt to start with. And what I'm going to do is put the two sides together. I'm making a quilt right now that requires blocks that are 7 inches by 14. And so what I'm going to do is cut this in a number of layers. I'll actually do 4 layers, which will work out well, but I do want to make sure this is straight. Okay, with everything straightened up, I'm going to take my ruler and my rotary cutter, which is hiding under sleeves, and I'm going to cut straight right to the top of where that hemline is. And depending on how the tails of the shirt are cut, these are the tails, you may have longer pieces and you can get more fabric out of it. But that's just something that will depend on the shirt and how it was made. Now from here, I want to go 28 inches. So I'm going to line this up on my grid. And I'm going to, or 28 inches, excuse me, 14 inches. 28 is 2, and I'm certainly not going to get them that long. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is right here. So you see, I'm not going to go all the way up. Notice the pocket. I am absolutely okay with that being in one of my blocks. It's kind of going to be fun. It's going to be along an edge because the seam will be right here. So you'll only see that little bit. But that's okay. It's going to work well. And of course, that's the thicker fabric. There's a seam in there that didn't want to cut. So with a 6-inch ruler, I'm going to cut at 7 inches. And I have my 14. And there we've got 2 pieces, each with a pocket, which is going to work out great. Then I have this next piece here. And there's a seam, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. It's going to work out just fine, because it goes laterally along with the block. It's not going to get caught up anywhere. Now, if this seam were closer to the edge, like right here, I wouldn't want to use it because that's going to interfere with the seams. And trying to sew something like that can be tough. So I have 4. This is going to be 6. And see that last piece there that's folded over? If I had cut that, then I'd be finished right now. Or I could make a seam, but I like the finished seams from the factory, the manufacturer, versus my own seams. So if I'm going to have a seam in a block, I'd rather it be one that was created, not one that I made. And so here I'm just going to go to my 7 inches and cut this. And look at that. There we go. We have a whole stack of beautiful, nice, wonderful flannel fabric to use for our quilts. And I figure I'm probably going to need about 4 or 5 shirts in order to do the cutting for the quilt. Then we just have a lot of pieces to look through and decide what you may or may not be able to use and what ideas you have. Get creative, get inspired, and come up with some fun ideas of what you can do with the extra pieces of flannel once your quilt is done.